Are you real or merely a simulation? Only the darkness will reveal. Greetings, geeks and geekerellas. It is me. I am back with a new Doctor Who review. I know I've done that before, but this time they really played with darkness, so I felt like I needed to do it again. And before we start, I just want to say that for all of you who missed my last video, I'm trying out a new intro and outro, so that's why it's different. I'm looking for something more unique and different. They're the same thing. I mean, less bland. Something that could help me to achieve my next level of YouTube-ness. Though I will admit that after I came up with this one, I realized it was a lot like, it was very similar to Chris Cosplays, so I might change the intro. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anywho, to this episode, holy crap. As you can tell, I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites so far. So, let's do this, but try not to go on for too long and go on for too many tangents. This episode, what this episode was about was Extremis. Extremis. I think I got it right the first time, Extremis. Which, we see the Doctor, who's still blind, but he's got his sonic sunglasses that he's now changed to being psychic sunglasses. So he can now see some stuff, but he's there at the vault talking to Missy about... I'm jumping the gun here. Sorry, spoiler alert. This episode, we find out that... Well, we find it out pretty early, so I can go ahead and say it. Yeah. Missy's in the vault. And so, we see the Doctor talking to her at the beginning. Yeah, that's right. He says her name, so... Of course I can say it. Which, by the way, I so freaking called it. Some people were like, is it Jonathan Sims' version of the Master? I even heard at least one person say that they thought it was the Doctor's granddaughter. Anywho's. So we see him talking to her through the vault. With his glasses. And then he gets a call from the freaking Vatican. The Pope wants to talk to him. The Pope actually comes to the school to talk to him. So you know shit is real. Shit is going down. And so they tell him that there's this ancient text that if you read it, everyone in the history who has read it and or translated it has killed themselves through one way or another, except for one guy. So they asked the Doctor, will he read it and investigate it? And the call comes not from this Pope, but from Pope Benedict, who we find out was not only a friend and possible lover to the Doctor at one point in time, he was also a she. Pope Benedict was a woman. And so she retroactively, well, not retroactively, she in the future asks for his help through a message, through an ancient message. But anyway, the Doctor goes to investigate. He finds out about these shadow, almost reptilian, decaying looking, creepy motherfuckers. Sorry, but that's the only way I can think about that. And, he basically then Bill goes off with Nardole on their own little separate mini side quest thing, which was cool because we got some awesome moments with Nardole and we got to see Matt Lucas shine to a point where he actually was. It seemed like a playful moment, and it seemed like Bill not fighting misogyny like she typically does. But then he just stops her and he goes, "Look, I am one of the few people in the world that has been told that I has permission to kick the Doctor's ass. And I will kick yours too, if need be, if you do not listen to me." And that was really cool. And then he just went back to joking Nardole once he took the glasses back on. And she's like, "Are you secretly a badass?" And he's like, "Nah, honey. I've been a badass this whole time." I'm paraphrasing. But he did put some sass into it. So they go and they basically find out that, well, first they find like portals to the Pentagon, to the science lab thing, where things get really creepy and these people want to kill themselves with a bomb. And the guy tells them to think of a number, and so he starts saying the number. They start saying the same numbers over and over. Different kind of numbers, but they all say it the same. Then he joins in, then everyone in the room joins in, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? And so we find out that basically what Extremis was it's a simulation. Yes, everyone in this is a simulation, and this whole entire thing has been a simulation, and none of these people that we've been watching in the show are real. None of them are. And so Nardole fades away by touching the darkness, hence why I started with the darkness thing. Then Bill gets touched by one of the creepy, decaying reptilian guys. And she starts to deteriorate, but then the Doctor's like, oh shit. And so he starts to simulation Doctor starts to lose all hope. But then he remembers something that Missy said, and it like gives him a bit of inspiration. And so he comes up with a Hail Mary last play. Psychic sunglasses have been recording everything. So what he decides to do is what every digital thing can do. Email. He emails. Simulation Doctor emails the real Doctor telling him about everything that just happened in this fucking episode. Except for the flashbacks, because he already knew about them. And so, real Doctor gets it, and he basically says, Bill, live it up. We have some shit to deal with. very soon. And it's about to get really real. Holy crap. And I'm trying to save time, so I won't go into too much. But yes, like I said, there were flashbacks during this whole entire episode where it's this execution place has Missy up for an execution, and the way that Time Lords work is you have to use this certain way to execute them, then you need to put them in a box, then you need to watch the box for at least 1,000 years so they don't like miraculously generate, like, you know how Time Lords are supposed to have 13 generations and yet the Doctor has had 14, something like that. So, and also the thing is, the way that you kill a Time Lord in this way is, according to their laws, you have to have a Time Lord do it. So, Doctor was tasked with killing Missy. And we also, through this flashbacks, get the origins of Nardal, which were basically River rebuilt him and sent him to the Doctor. Holy shit. That was awesome to find out. And I love that they're finally using Matt Lucas. He's an awesome actor, and I'm glad they're finally using him. Beyond just little one-off things. That was freaking awesome. But in the end, the Doctor says, I can't kill her. But what I will do is I will shock the crap out of her so she passes out, gets sleepy. Then I will put her in the box and keep her there for 1,000 years. They are not happy about this, but he basically says, you've got death records of everyone and who killed everyone. Look at mine. And then they're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Goodbye. I don't know what this was. Exit stage left even. And I go right. Oh yeah. In case you couldn't tell, I had a little coffee drink. So, this is a combination of nerdy excitement and caffeine and sugar, so whoo, even though Lord knows I don't need it. But anywho, that was it for the Doctor Who episode. As you can see, I really liked it and I'm really excited about it. Hence why I went on for so long. There were some cool things here and there that I didn't even get to mention, like Bill's date. And how in the beginning Nardal kept having to be the Doctor's eyes. And it was very awkward. And then the Doctor doing a thing to try to get his eyesight back, which could play into his regenerations later on. But also, one last thing before I end this. If you did read the intro, this was written by Stephen Moffat. So this is the story that Moffat wanted to tell. And we do know that this season will feature 2-parters. So next time we get the second half. But anyway, I am done now. I believe next time you see me will be Supergirl, the finale. And that will be crazy too, I imagine. But anyway, till next time, and beyond.